So I was in the studio last week or the week before, just doing some organising. Don't know why I filmed it, but I do like watching other people, their art spaces, and just seeing them in their space. So I hope that has that kind of vibe. So I've not known what to do with the footage, and I just thought I'd film here and there and see what happens. I've been meaning to look through all the old artworks and came across a few old random sketches that I decided to sketch over. Didn't do too much to them because I wanted to keep the essence of what they were, but just add a bit more to the lines. Yeah, they're very sketchy. I'm nearly at the stage where I can post off 1000 artworks, which I did in the video, which will be linked up there, and then get back to normal videos again. But don't know where this week is going, but thought I'd just film and see where we get to. I hope I don't confuse people by having paintings that are more detailed and colourful and expressive, and then going onto my doodles and sketches. But there are times where I just want to sketch and not use so much mental concentration. And of course, through exploration is where the ideas come from. So from a silly doodle that doesn't take much time can really spark some ideas where I have to set time aside to really play around with layers. And so I try and enjoy all aspects of art. And I don't always know whether to show my sketches and workings out, which are very rough and ready. But I want to show these moments because I believe all artists have these moments, and I certainly do, where I'm working it out, and sometimes you just need a little sketchy thumbnail in order to figure out what you're going to do in the painting. Quite often I would just pick up the camera and film. I don't always have a clear idea of the story, but like this one, just from filming, the idea will present itself at some point. If it doesn't, that doesn't matter because I'm still learning, and occasionally I'll still upload it in its raw, random form. I seem to go introspective on camera, and I think this is simply because it's generally just me and the camera. I don't usually show my friends or family, and so it's natural to be in that sort of introverted feeling and just expressing what's going on, which normally I would keep to myself. But I think it's also the desire to help others and to express these things, the philosophy of being a creative. So I can now pack up 1000's paintings. I've been waiting for this special paper, which I can't pronounce, grassline paper I think, and so I've been writing some words for this, and being dyslexic, I don't know if I've got the message across just yet, but I've been doing draft after draft, and I think it's good enough, and hopefully explains what I'm about, but hopefully isn't too rambling or wordy. But you've got to accept who you are, and I do like using words. I am quite chatty, so I think I've kept it at the minimal now, and so I can finally start packing up. So it looks like it's been thrown down the stairs a few times, but it's secure, so it's not going anywhere, it's protected, and yeah, send it off tomorrow. can't give you eye contact, but I'm just on my way to the post office, and I'm a bit flustered because I couldn't find my wallet for about 45 minutes, and I was thinking maybe I've left it at the supermarket, but I don't do that. I just automatically put it back in my pocket, but it'd fallen down somewhere, and obviously I didn't have that memory of that happening. Still questioning whether I'm sending 1000 too much. It's a lot of artwork. Yes, artwork is nice to receive. As artists, we can paint our own, and when you're starting out, certainly you have a lot of artwork. And I mean, 1000 probably does sell more artwork now. It doesn't have so much accumulated, but perhaps he does. And I just worry about sending this much. But I think if you stack them horizontally, which I've put like a little silly Photoshop thing in there, if you stack them, then it'll be the same size as what Jeff sent with the skateboard. I hope it's not too much, and I just had ideas, but really I've just got to. But really, I've got to realise that the sketch and the ideas is different to the final product. So I didn't need to send every single working out with this, and maybe it is too much. But it doesn't weigh. It weighs less than a kilogram, so hopefully it won't cost too much, and hopefully it won't seem like such a big package. But it's this thing where I wonder how to make it into a viable business if I keep sending free items to people, which is absolutely fine because I really want to bless 1000 in this new chapter. And it's weird because when you're well known, then you do get more gifts and you do get more of those sort of things. And I want to do that for people. I want to have a community, but at the same time, at some point, I need to start getting paid for my artwork that bit more. And so, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to breach that gap, and there's so many people in the world where I can't obviously gift everyone a free gift because it does cost me with the canvas and with the materials and postage and things. So at some point I do want to get paid for what I do, but I will be doing a giveaway on my Instagram soon. I'm at 850 people, and I was going to do it at 1000, but I might do it sooner rather than later, just to get more people onto that social media community. And also it's nice to give artwork away, but I can't give artwork away to everyone, unfortunately. I think through connection and giving artwork, which is the best way I know how to connect with people, I think all that stuff does come back around, and yeah, you never know where it may lead to, or if it doesn't lead to anywhere, it doesn't matter because you've given someone some artwork as a gift and connected to someone. I don't know how you sort of transfer that from free gifts, which is really fun and lovely to do, to turning it into a viable business. But I just keep going in the hope that I can reach more of an audience. So yeah, I'm hoping the post office would look after it okay, because yeah, I don't know if people. I've worked in sorting offices as part of an agency once, and they just chuck it around. So I'm hoping that really does not happen. So hopefully it will get there in one piece. I'm going to pay extra for some tracking, and hopefully no problems getting to America. I don't actually know that part of America too well, so yeah, it'd be interesting getting there. If I do send a slew next, he's in Brooklyn, where the Brooklyn Art Library is, and I've got 2 sketchbooks in that library, which is the biggest sketchbook collection. And I really need to update it because I think a lot of my previous sketchbooks were a little bit embarrassing, with not only the technical ability, but also like how personal I tended to be back then. Probably overshared a bit in those sketchbooks. Themed stuff that's a little bit less personal and can have something a bit more technically good within the Brooklyn Library. So yeah, it'd be interesting sending to Slew and see whether he's actually been to the library or not, because I would love to go and see that in person. I've not really known what this week was going to be like, so adding random clips together and then adding it with today's present day stuff. Hopefully it's only filming the inside of the car, nothing else. But anyway, it's nice to chill with you guys while driving. I don't usually get the chat while I'm driving, although it doesn't mean I can't play my music, although it's on shuffle, so it's only playing Alice in Chains. I'm not the biggest of fans of them, so it saves me having to find the right track. But no, honest, getting used to being on camera and just talking, and I tend to talk my mind a bit more when I'm on camera, and do worry if I go a bit too personal or whatever, but I do have good friends where I can talk about all of this stuff on YouTube, so most of it they've probably heard already, so I kind of use that as kind of a measuring for this, to make sure I'm on the right track. And yeah, it's not installation that I keep driving past that I can't film, that maybe I'll try and film on the way back somehow. I always think I look weird from different angles. I don't often get to see myself from those angles. You just look in the mirror and that's what you see. But yeah, the camera captures other things that you don't notice. So yeah, it's a great way of self-awareness and learning about yourself when you're vlogging and filming yourself and watching yourself back. So yeah, I've learned so much about myself, and there will be a video about that at some point. A year on YouTube, what have I learned? Oh, can I go this way? No, go this way. Well, you can't go there anymore. Okay, fair enough. You know, the road has all changed since I last was here. Yeah, I haven't been into town for like a year, so it's all just changed. Okay, it feels weird not having the package in my hands anymore. Very empty. I'm in the park. Just want to show you Cabot Tower and see all the views over Bristol. A bit out of breath because I've walked from town to here, which isn't far, but quick pace. So yeah, let's have a look around. Okay, so it's so weird giving the package away. I can't make any changes, it's done, it's off to 1000. And my imposter syndrome is saying, but 1000 is going to see how weird you are. And then my cheerleader, my Rambo, my warrior, who's fighting my corner, is saying, yeah, but on the plus side, 1000 gets to see how weird you are.
Don't obsess over the weight of life's problems. Remember the funny movie where the dog died? Oh, sadness, we don't have time for this.
We love seeing individuality and quirky and weird in other people, but somehow when it comes to ourselves, we just worry whether our quirks are going to be accepted by others. And I don't know why that is, but luckily I have got that little voice in my head just saying, do it anyway, because you can't test courage cautiously, as my tattoo says. And of course, getting the tattoo was also, you can't test courage cautiously when getting it either. And what I couldn't show in the park was I had a video call, very short video call with Epic Kate, and we just talked about inspiration from other YouTubers and general catch up as well. But yeah, I didn't have my other camera, so I wasn't able to capture bits. Of course, I would have asked if that was okay, of course. So if you like this video, there's other videos where I try and find epic moments within the mundane. So I film everyday things, art and all that sort of stuff, and try and find interesting angles and things that interest me. So if you like this video, subscribe and I'll see you in the next one.